We in the building. We in
Oh,
the building.
Jesus, finally.
We in the
Oh, my
building.
God. It was technical difficulties. Let me turn off the music. You know, I got the salsa in the background. I keep the salsa playing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, my brother? You want to wait for some of your people to come in?
Oh man, we can jump right in, bro. I think they'll come. They will be excited.
Yeah, you should DM them this whole live thing. You know what I mean, to let them know that we on now.
How do I do that? Oh, I
You
can
see
just.
on the bottom, it's like a little paper plane.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now send it over.
Can I send it? Can I just like send it to everybody?
Yeah, it's on the right. You see those blue buttons on the right that says
Yeah.
send. So you do it like that. Alex Torado, my guy. You already know. I just sent you an email too, brother.
You know what's funny, man, is that's one of the first things we ever did together was with Alex.
Alex Torado, yeah, I think I think you know Alex Torado, right? One
Yeah,
of the
bro.
best photographers I know.
His brother-in-law is doing business with me, man. I'm teaching him how to trade. And remember, we did that photo shoot together at the mall that day.
Yeah, we did when we booked out that store, and then I had you as a model with Sandra Maria.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, sir. That was back in the day.
Hey, Martha.
Okay, cool. So I just sent out a bunch of them. So they'll jump on when they jump on.
That sounds good, brother. Let's proceed.
All right, man. Well, so I know, like he said, oh wow, years and years ago. I know, right?
Yeah, I remember. I think I still got photos of that.
Bro, actually that day was my 20th birthday.
Ah, wow. Well, that was my gift to you.
Yes, sir. So, man, I am super excited, man, to be interviewing you, bro. I know we tried to do it on mine, but however we got to work it out, we'll get the job.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, my brother.
Absolutely.
This is actually my first interview on live.
So, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So listen, this is what we'll need. When the live ends, save the video. And then if we can, we'll find a way to send it off or whatever, but we'll figure it out.
Copy. And it'll give me the option to save it once we're done, correct?
Yes.
Copy.
Yes, absolutely. So welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. If you're afternoon in LA too. He's tuning in from LA. I'm in Florida. But I'm excited. So we're going to dive into a lot of information. But for those of you who are his followers, you already know who he is. But those of you who are my followers, I want to just share with you who this gentleman is. So I have known Jonni for over 10 years now, and I am so grateful to have we met. I'll never forget the day we met. I was getting ready to do a modeling thing over at the IMAX in Channelside here in Tampa Bay, Florida, and he was just kind of kicking it at the bar. We were just chopping it up, and from there, man, we ended up connecting for a little movie that we did together, which was pretty cool. And it just had a really cool relationship from there, man, and just support one another with different things that we're doing. So to give a proper introduction, so this gentleman, he's an artist, he's an actor, he's an entrepreneur, he's an investor, and I mean just a wealth of knowledge for a number of people. He's put out over 5 mixtapes, 2 albums. He has really good music, by the way. It was one song, bro. It's one song that you got it's part of it's in Spanish. What you got?
Oh man, there's a few of those, man. We got Latin Lover, man. We got Who Do You Love? I mean, I don't know, but I appreciate you liking it.
I think it was one that has something to do with a woman, bro, and that's my jam, bro.
That's every song. That's every song I got. What are you talking about?
It made my head nod every time I listen to it. So,
yeah, man. You actually introduced me to one of the producers that produced my first single in Florida that when I first ever got on the radio, which was Flux. So shout out to Flux and shout out to you for putting that together. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to him, man. That's my brother. We're doing some business together as well. He's out in Atlanta right now, growing his family, but also growing his business as well. So definitely shout out to him. I know you have your Sleep is for Billionaires podcast. You've acted in over 100+ films. You're owner of Stop the Bank ENT video production. That's kind of how we first connected was with Stop the Bank. So yeah, man. You tell me a little bit more about just tell me a little bit about yourself. for those of the people, for the people who don't know who you are, a little bit about what you do, a breakdown of your music, what is Sleep for Billionaires all about, you know, maybe some films that you've been in, and Stop the Bank, man. We just want to hear about who you are in general.
All right, so you know, Jonni Vegaz. Everybody calls me Jonni Vegaz. You already know. Originally from New York. I'm Dominicano. You know, full-blooded. Speak English and Spanish. I've been doing music for quite a while on the local side of things, but you know, I've been producing and writing for a few major artists here and there. But you know, the whole Sleep is for Billionaires message is more so it's all about a mindset, bro. Because it's like it's about getting to that ultimate goal and celebrating the in-between goals in between, but keeping the eye on the prize at all time. You know what I'm saying? Because my goals are so big, I can't stop. On the outside looking in, it looks like I made it. It looks like I'm doing this, but in reality, bro, this is a day-to-day grind. I cannot stop. If I sleep, it's over. You know, and of course, the body needs rest. Absolutely, yeah. But what I mean is just steady, keeping your eyes on the prize, and you know, getting creative as much as you can, and really aligning yourself with your purpose, and not spreading yourself so thin with trying to do too much. You know, and I found myself at a point in time trying to do everything, and it just wasn't working, especially financially. So I had to align myself with what I wanted to do, the message I wanted to deliver to everyone, and the way I wanted to present it. And that's how Sleep is for Billionaires was born, as far as the message, you know. And then it was also a title of one of my albums, and then I turned it into a podcast. And honestly, the reason why I turned it into a podcast is because when I came, the whole time I was in Florida that you knew me, I was rapping, running around. All that was practice for when I came out here. So when I got out here, it was like, it smacked me in the face. It was like, oh shit, I'm here. What I do now? So the first thing in my mind, since I knew a podcast was kind of kicking off for everybody, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a podcast, and I'm going to create that platform and bring people to me so I can create my network pool. But I was only going to interview a specific type of individuals that was going to, one, I could learn from, two, that I could learn from me, and three, we could possibly do business together. So it was more than just a podcast. It was really I hate to say it, but it was a ploy to build my network, to create net worth.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
at the same time, you know, I want people to learn from it, because I want that podcast to teach people how to become industry professionals. You know what I'm saying? So I only interview industry professionals to give off that game for the future generation of industry professionals. You know, and as far as the Stop the Bank films, you know, I've been shooting music videos for a lot of artists back in the day, you know, doing some commercials here and there. The acting, I did the film with you back in Florida, you know, and that kind of got my feet wet. But then there was another independent film I did where I had a lead role, and I never took any acting classes in my life. I literally just watched a bunch of Denzel's movies to prepare for the role, because it was a gangster role, and they liked the scar on my face, so they picked me for that role. Like, the guy name was Snake. Like, I was like, you want me to be Snake? I'll be Snake, whatever. But I killed it, you know what I'm saying? Not to toot my own horn, but that's what the feedback I got, and it gassed me up so much just off that one role. I was like, what? You think I could act? Fuck it, I'm going to LA. Let's see if they think the same thing. You know, and then I just got hyped, you know what I'm saying? And then I had a lot of support around me, you know, but at the same time, I had to be realistic. I had to get my finances together. You know, I was working at a job where I was making good money, so it was really hard to let that go. So, you know, but thankfully, I got fired from that job, and they gave me moment's notice, you know, a couple months in advance, so I got to save some bread. You know, I met my girl at the time as well, you know, and she was super supportive. And at the time I got fired, you know, I told her straight up, like, listen, if I get another job, I'm not going to go to California. You know what I'm saying? So I have to leave now, and I want to be with you, but I kind of had this plan before you. So let me know what you want to do. I understand if you're not with it. And she said she was with it, and we did it. We got the apartment online. We drove to California. It took us like 5 days, and you know, we made it here. You know what I'm saying? And day one, I was ready. Day one, there was a photo shop right next door to my crib. So day one, like, I took a shower, came out, got my headshots done, you know what I'm saying? Got my photos done the same day I got there, walked up the street. There was a Ty Dolla $ign video shoot, jumped in there. I finessed my way to get in there, you know what I'm saying? And then I started meeting people there, and then got some numbers or whatever. And then they put me on to how things work out here in LA. Now, as far as acting is concerned, it's very structured out here, and that's what I love about it. So you can literally go on these websites like lacasting.com, backstage, actors access, where it's almost like a classified section for actors where, you know, you fill out your criteria where I'm light skinned, I got a big scar on my face, tattoo on my neck, and they'll literally send you opportunities based on that criteria. I mean, you pay your little $14, $20 a month or whatever, but it's worth it because with one opportunity, you make that back times triple, you know what I'm saying? And more so, depending on the opportunity and the network that's presenting the opportunity. But you know what I'm saying? That's so structured. And I noticed people out here in LA, especially the A-list celebrities, bro, they want to help you come up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, Florida where it's like, not, you know, there's people doing their thing, but even if you're doing your thing on a lower level, people still don't really want to help you like that for some reason because they're trying to be the man. But here, it's like dreams come true for everybody, and everybody want to see everybody win because everybody want to be a part of everyone else's success. And I love that vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's just on the entertainment side of things. We didn't even get to the business side, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But I hope that answered your first question.
Absolutely, no, absolutely, bro. I think that that's powerful, and it's something that you said that really stuck out. That I was having a conversation. I was on a Zoom call.
Eddie Deuce, I see you, baby.
Look at him. I was on a Zoom call with some people that, you know, we work with in business, that I mentor, and so on and so forth. And one of the things we were talking about is focus, and how like you can have a whole bunch of things going on, and you'll be doing things to make ends meet. You'll be doing things to pay the bills, so on and so forth. But it can distract you from, like what you're saying, your purpose. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know that if you take a regular light bulb, just a regular light bulb with a normal light bulb that you put in a lamp or whatever, right? The same amount of wattage that's in a normal light bulb, if you bring it to a focused energy, it can actually become a laser that can cut through metal, right? And so what we were sharing was, what if you had that same amount of laser focus for whatever your purpose, your goals, and dreams are? And it's interesting, you know, because there are a lot of people that I'm working with that coronavirus cut their income. So they had no choice but to focus on their business. And I thought that was just so powerful how you were saying how you ended up losing the job, which forced you to really focus on your dream and your purpose. And it all worked out for you in the end. You know what I mean?
This is only the beginning, my brother. Like I told you, I still feel like I'm scratching the surface, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just steady grinding day to day. And even with the pandemic situation, you know, I had to pivot because I don't want to risk my life to do an acting gig. You know what I'm saying? Be out there, not social distancing, not following the rules and stuff like that. So I had to take a pause on that and really, you know, pivot into what's going to keep me afloat in order to keep pursuing my dream. Because at the end of the day, you got to fund this dream. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I jumped into the medical supply business. You know, a friend of mine, Nathan Pele, shout out Nathan Pele, Unlimited Minds, Inc. You know, we're working with that company. We work with the company right now, and we're selling the medical supplies, all the PPE, you know what I'm saying, to the governments and the hospitals. So I knew that was going to be the next thing. So I kind of jumped into that and kind of put my focus there. Still got my podcast, kind of pushing the content that I've created, because I took a year off just to do the podcast and did 100 episodes in a year. So now I got that content. Now I can release it slowly. But at the same time, I still got the bread and butter over here with what's really going on in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Sean has a question. He asked, has the acting scene opened back up in Cali? Which
and actually, some production still going on. As I'm noticing on those websites I mentioned earlier, it's a lot of like the low budget production and independent films that doing independent producers that's directing films and stuff like that. So that's still going on. As far as any major productions, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not at that level yet where the A-list celebrities are. So I really don't see those opportunities. And at the moment, I'm representing myself. So I don't have an agent or a manager. I had in the past, but I was kind of out hustling them. So it's like, if you're not at my speed, I can't really work with you. But at the same time, they're the ones who have the access to the bigger jobs. So to answer your question, I'm not sure if any major productions going on, but from what I see on the websites, the independent stuff is definitely going on. But you know, again, I'm on some social distancing stuff right now.
Absolutely,
the music,
absolutely.
Yeah, I see somebody else got a question about the music scene.
Yeah, in LA.
I mean, it's pretty much the same, because it's like, you know, the concerts, you know, they want you to social distance, so they're not doing concerts. The clubs are closed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even the studios, you know what I'm saying? You don't even want to be in the studio because all the traffic that comes in and out. I actually am fortunate enough to have a studio in my crib, so I record from the crib when I want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Sean says
I
you
appreciate, I
already.
appreciate, I appreciate that, Sean. I thank you for looking at me as an A-list. Like I told you, man, this is a steady grind for me, man. To me, I got my goals are so high. I'm still climbing, baby. But I appreciate y'all appreciating everything I'm doing. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Now I want to touch on something that you just mentioned, bro, which is kind of segues into kind of what we're talking about today anyway. You mentioned that, you're following your dream, you're following your purpose, you're following your passion when it comes to your artistry, when it comes to acting, when it comes to you're creative, bro. And that's what, I think that's why we connected. And it's not just the fact that you're creative, but you're also a businessman. And I think a lot of times in the creative community, the artists, the musicians, the actors, actresses, so on and so forth, we get so caught up in our art that we don't realize that we still got to live. And so you can be a phenomenal artist, right? But if you don't understand the business side of things, you're going to starve. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? So I want to ask you, what inspired you to really take a stab and really jump into that entrepreneurial side and really focus on, okay, I'm gonna grind it out for my goals, but I'm gonna do it on my own terms and fund my own way so that I can really do it how I want to do it. And it's working for you, bro. Whatever you're doing is working, no matter where it's working. So what kind of sparked that for you?
Well, once I changed my environment, it changed the people around me. And this environment that I'm at now, it's like, it's a lot of successful people around me that's moving really fast and doing big things. So once I kind of, aligned myself with these successful people and then kind of took a look at myself and see what I'm doing, because I obviously want to be at their level. So I'm like, how can I get there? And what is what I'm doing going to get me there? That's how I got aligned with what I need to be doing to get me to the level. That's why I stopped doing those little like music videos I was doing for like $125 and all that. It wasn't gonna cut it. It wasn't gonna do it. Like rent over here is stupid. You know what I'm saying? This is downtown LA. So I was like, okay, so I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot that I was cutting off, but a lot I was keeping to continue, like the medical supply business, the podcast, you know what I'm saying? And then I jumped into business development consulting, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot I had to align myself with. I started working with the hard money lender. Shout out to my guy, Adam Cohen, you know what I'm saying, to try to get him some business. And, I started basically taking on clients to help them get more successful and at the same time bring me success in the process. Like, for example, with the gentleman Adam Cohen I mentioned, he's in the real estate business I told you about before. He needs borrowers for hard money lending services. I find the borrowers for him. They get the loan. I get a cut. Simple as that. And all the successful people I'm around, I kind of do that with all of them. You know what I'm saying? What do you need? Okay, I'll find it. You give me a cut when I find it? Cool. And then keep that going, because it's like I can't be locked into a 9-to-5 with the dreams I have. So I kind of got to surround myself around those successful, legitimate, kosher money getters and get money with them. At the same time, use that money to fund my dreams and stay afloat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's, I know for the people on my side of the live, that what's really attracted them to you and wanting to know more about your story, who you are and what you're doing is your networking skills. And you just kind of touched a little bit on that and how it's, they say your network is your net worth. You know what I mean? And what's powerful is, I've watched you. It's funny that you're on the other side of the interviewing process right now, but I've watched you where you've interviewed so many celebrities on your podcast. You've been connecting with so many different people. You've been in a number of movies, you know what I mean, out there in LA, some things that are some TV shows that are pretty reputable. What networking skills, how did you get your foot, how did you network with these people? What networking tips or advice would you give to anybody who's saying, hey, I want to be able to butt into the industry. I want to be able to get in the rooms with these people that he's in, because bro, you're connected. It just is what it is, So how can somebody develop that? What can they do to mirror what it is that you're doing?
I mean, honestly, like when you get in that room, you know, I'm gonna talk about when you in the room. Then I'll talk about how to get in the room. But when you're in that room, you really gotta analyze who's in that room and what is your purpose from that room. Like, for example, if I'm a bunch of real estate people, I'm not gonna come in like, hey, I'm Jonni Vegaz, I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. So it's like analyzing who you're around and how you can add value. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, like even in a room with actors, for example, you don't want to come at actors, you don't want to come at anybody asking for stuff because everybody else is asking for stuff. So you want to come, me personally, I take the homeboy approach straight up. I'm like, hey man, how you doing? I shoot the shit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? How's everything going? Everything good? All right, cool. That's what's up. Well, take my number. I do my thing. I see you around. You know what I'm saying? But I know I'm going to see them again because I be around. I be at these events. I'm networking. So it's like when I see them again, then, you know, we build that rapport. So it's not, like I'm coming at them how I came at you, bro. Like we became friends first. You know what I'm saying? And then you saw what I was doing through our friendship, and then you know you offered to help out of the kindness of your heart. Now that does require a lot of patience because you know that time in between, somebody thirsty for success and be like, listen, can you put me on? Can you put me on? But at the same time, the how can I say what may come back to you from the person that you're asking that favor from may be negative, or you may be put in a category of people with their hand out, and you don't want to be there. Right. You know what I'm saying? So as far as networking, man, just be yourself. Don't come in with your hand out. Let them know you can hold your own, and you know add value. You know, but at the same time, let them know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask for nothing. Just let them know who you are, what you're doing, what you stand for, and that's it. And they'll see you again.
Absolutely. I love how you said that. It's kind of hard when you're adding value to someone for them to not just, unless they're an a-hole, it's for them just to not want to genuinely add value back to you. It's the law of reciprocity. You know, it's karma. What goes out, what goes around comes around. You know what I mean? And I think if more people focused on how many people they can serve, how much value they can add, then they would naturally, organically elevate to wherever it is that they're looking to go. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I come in like, yo, how can I help you? Not how can you help me? How can I help you? Because nobody's doing that. So it's like if everybody's banging on the front door and nobody's getting in, why you ain't trying to sneak in through the window? Why you ain't going through the back door? Why you ain't coming through the chimney? Everybody's still trying to bang on the front. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, I see people all the time, man. They'll meet somebody, and the first thing they'll do is they'll just fly off the handle, talk, instead of maybe asking questions or doing more listening. You know what I mean? I know first, for me personally, if somebody's approaching me about anything and the only thing they're doing is talking and they're talking about themselves, immediate turn off. I probably won't do business with you. You get what I'm saying? And you can have the greatest thing in the world.
There it is.
You know? So absolutely, man. Absolutely. So man, I appreciate that, bro. And so just any I mean, that was pretty much it, man. It's just, so you mentioned what you do when you're in the room. So what about to get into the room?
Well, first you got to know what room you want to be in, you know, and that takes, you know, some self-reflection on what your purpose is and what you want to do with your life. So, for example, if you want to be an actor, okay, so now you have to align yourself with other actors, other producers, other directors, you know what I'm saying? Start reading books and start looking at documentaries of other successful actors, you know, so you can kind of carry yourself in that manner, because the mind controls the body, bro. If you're not confident, it's going to show. If you're confident, it's going to show. If you're an actor, it's going to show. You know what I'm saying? When you tell somebody, yo, I'm an actor, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got to walk and talk it, you know what I'm saying? And that'll lead you into the room. But I don't want to be so vague on that, you know what I'm saying? You really just got to network your way in. The more people you meet, you know, and greet with, the more information you're going to get as far as, you know, who's a real player and who's not a real player, who's connected to who and how they can help you. And once you start kind of finding your way through, you know, eventually you get there. And then, you know, and it depends what room you want to be in. Like if you want to be in those networking parties, like the HBO, Emmy after parties and stuff like that, then sometimes you kind of got to know somebody to get you in. But once you get in, you gotta, you know, maneuver accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in there trying to get drunk, looking stupid. Go in there with a purpose, stay sober the whole time, and people will respect you, you know. And as far as getting in those audition rooms, man, you really just gotta apply for those jobs. Get an agent, get a manager who's ride or die. You know what I'm saying? Because out here, it's very structured. Like they take 10% of what you make and what they make you. So you got to make sure they're doing their job and make sure they believe in you. And that's another way to get in the room as well. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, show up and network. There it is. You know what I mean? You can't leave your dream off a couch, especially if it's somebody else's couch.
Right.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You need your own couch, first of all, goddamn.
I love that, bro. I love that. All right, man. So yeah, bro, man. I guess any closing words, any jewels you want to drop, anything you want to plug in, you want to promote before we end it. And I have a little action thing or people.
Do you just to let you know? I know we started off a little late, but if you have any further questions, we can continue. Because I actually pushed my 12:30 to 1, so we got 15 minutes. It's up to you though. If you
let me do this, bro. Let me do this because I would love to do that. I'm gonna be slightly what they call sophisticated, and I'm gonna go get this plug so I can plug in my phone so it doesn't die while we're on live.
All right, do that. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be back.
Okay.
Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna play some salsa. Play some salsa for you real quick. Enjoy the salsa. I'll be back.
It's that break time. It is real. All right, we got it situated. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I would love to if we can open it up for questions. I know we got Sean on here, we got Tati. Looks like we got
Sean is active.
Here. What's that?
I said Sean is active. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely, bro. I actually do some business with Sean, man, and he's amazing go-getter, bro. Look at Brian saying "Wepa," yes sir. That's funny. He said, yeah, man. So, what questions? If we got anybody that are on here that have any questions, what questions do you have for Jonni? He just does. I mean, he has a wealth of knowledge that I don't have, especially when it comes to the entertainment business and making it out in LA. I've been to LA once. I went out there for a Bob Proctor seminar, and it's a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place. But like you said, if you're gonna go out to LA, and if you're gonna make it out to LA, you better have your plan together in terms of what your coin is gonna be like. Because $1 million home in LA, you're in the hood.
That's a fact. There's also a book. There's also for actors. Actually, there's a lot of websites I could reference, but there's a lot of books. Also, there's by a gentleman called Samuel French. It's called The Actor's Guide to Agents, and it basically has every agent regionally, nationally, from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? And they let you know what type of talent they're looking for, has the contact information. And what I did, since there was I think 350 agents in there. So I sent all of them an email with my resume, headshots, and my acting reel and my music reel and all of that. Like 2 days later, I called all of them, you know, and some were, oh yeah, we got it, we'll get back to you, or we're not accepting talent, or some didn't just pick up. And then I finally did all that, and then I landed, I think it was like about five interviews with some agents, and then I landed one. So it's really all a numbers game when it comes to agents. So, you know, the more people to talk to, the more you're likely to succeed. I mean, I reached out to 350, only got 5 interviews out of that, and landed one. So it's like, and to do that, man, you really got to have a certain level of patience, bro, because some people would have stopped at 100 and be like, this shit don't work. I'm going back to Florida. I'm going to be a bounce at the strip club. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you really got to be built a certain way, like with patience and, you know, and faith, man, and just belief in yourself, and really have a strategic plan, strategic partnerships, as well as a financial backbone to hold all that afloat.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Is there a question right here?
I see Sean, he made a statement there. He said, hey, Jonni, I don't have a question, but more of a statement. He said, I'm on the verge of leaving my job to act full time now, And hearing your story last year at your crib and today again is really inspiring, and makes me even more confident that I'm taking the right steps, fam. So just wanted to say thank you again for the affirmations and insight. That's what's up.
No doubt. That's what's up, Sean, man. I wish you the best, man. And I say this, brother, if you plan on leaving your job, make sure you are financially secure to do so. Because you don't want to be, I'm going to tell you right now, with this acting stuff, bro, it made like, yeah, I did over 100 jobs, right, acting. But it was like, I did one job, then it's like the time in between searching and waiting for that call back. It could go 3 weeks, 2 months without working the next one. You know what I'm saying? So be prepared for that, because it's not an everyday thing in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those jobs that I did on the 100 over 100 stuff, a lot of those was background roles. I mean, granted, they were all paid roles. I never did I did one job unpaid, and I was like, never again, because I was 12 hours on set, and I was like, you ain't paying me for this? Fuck that. So it's, so it's like I was only doing paid gigs after that. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw the process. I saw it was like, yo, it's long days. You literally sit in a trailer for like 8 hours to work 45 minutes, and then they send you home. You know what I'm saying? And they feed you and all of that. But still, it's like you want to be financially prepared before you make this move, because it's like you still got to live, bro. So I say, if you're going to come out here or to Atlanta with good acting, or New York, you know what I'm saying? Like, research the market, research the apartments, really know how much money you got to have to really hold yourself over. And worst case scenario, if you got to get a little part-time gig to keep money coming in, do that. But you still allow the flexibility to, you know, do other things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Absolutely, absolutely. So we're getting Sean's money right. Sean is actually doing pretty well, man. We're getting this guy right.
Do we have another question? I saw something else.
So when representing yourself, of course, you have to stay dedicated. What else would you suggest for someone representing themselves, even if it's not with acting?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. I didn't
This is Tatiana. She's saying, when representing yourself, of course, you have to stay dedicated. What else would you suggest to someone representing themselves, even if it's not with acting?
I mean, just believe in yourself, man. I mean, know your product, know what it is you're selling. And, you know, first of all, if you don't believe in your product, you shouldn't be selling it. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to know your target demographic. You know, who is the customer? Okay. And then you have to filter out, where can I find these customers, or what can I do for these customers to find me? You know, and I'm not sure what business you got, you know what I'm saying? But the way I, you know, promote my business when I'm not doing the word of mouth advertisement, I use the Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, you know, and I try to add, you know, some appeal to the posts I do, because I do on my own editing when it comes to like filming the podcast, and I do the IG promo stuff. I make sure, like, you know, it pops out. Like, there's I took well, I didn't take a course, but I saw a few videos on YouTube about marketing and advertisement. They was talking about colors, like even with McDonald's using like the red background with the bright yellow, you know, and you know that does something to you, you know, and those colors generate certain feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's little tricks of the trade that I learned along the way that I apply to myself. So I definitely recommend, you know, looking up videos on marketing and advertisement. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I watch a lot of Shark Tank too. So it's like I watching that gives me an idea of what investors are looking for when it comes to like knowing your numbers and knowing your product, and you know what I'm saying, like how much does something cost versus how much you're selling it and what you project to do in the next 3 years. You know, stuff like that. You want to be prepared before you even go out. You know what I'm saying? So that's my advice to you.
I love how you said that, bro, because and then we'll, and I got a question for you. I love how you said that though, man, in terms of like really knowing your stuff, because when you know what it is that you're doing, that helps to build the confidence. And a real, like, somebody
You're
who's,
welcome, Bubbles.
oh yeah, absolutely. She's a go-getter too, man. Phenomenal. She has a sweets business. She bakes, and bro, she does some amazing stuff, like professional dope stuff. So, there, like people, somebody, if the real person, somebody who's legit, not a faker, they can spot a fake a mile away. or they can spot like if you're just putting on. Like you could be brand new to something, and a person will give you a shot when they see how genuine you are and when they see how real you are, and then when they can feel your belief. You know what I mean? And I think just like what you're saying, you know, dealing with people who are on a higher level in business, who are on a higher level of entertainment. If you're delaying, like they ask you a question and you're delaying, you're like, or you're looking down or doing all these different things, you know what I mean? They sense that, and instantly they're like, all right, cool. You know, they may help you depending on the type of personality they have, but the likelihood of them dealing with you, especially if they're on an elite level or on a high level, is very slim to none, just because they want to know that you're confident in what you're doing, because if they put their name on it, they need to be confident in you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. And so the question I have for you, which I feel like this kind of segues into that, you know, who, like I follow you, and I've seen some of the people that you're interviewing on your show, on your podcast, and I mean, who are some of the I guess the bigger people that you have interviewed with, that you've connected with? How did you connect with those people? And you know, how has that relationship grown with those people? You know, how did you gain, what did you do to build the confidence? Maybe someone doesn't know how to build it. What did you do to build the confidence to be able to sit in a room, talk to these people, have a normal conversation how you and I are having, and just really like connect? You know what I mean? How did you do that? Who are some of these people that you've done interviews with?
Well, I mean, as far as, you know, how to build the confidence to do it, you know, you kind of just got to throw yourself out there, bro. You know, throw yourself in there. Like, for, you know, there was a saying that said, if you put a sheep in the den with lions and it comes out a lion, then you know what it was made out of. But if it stays a sheep, then you know what it was made out of. So I just throw myself in the fire, man, because honestly, I used to be mad shy. I used to be unconfident, like not believing in myself. And then, you know, I was just like, yo, I can't die like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to just throw myself in the with the wolves. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, let them know I'm a wolf too. You know what I mean? So that's that. But as far as how I got the opportunity to network, it was really just being on set. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like out here, you know, when you get hired to be on set, it's typically for some big shit. Even if you're like the background role, you know what I'm saying, it's still part of a big production. So you're still amongst, you know, a lot of A-list celebrities and people of significance, you know what I'm saying? So in your field. So, you know, as I talk, like, for example, Professor Ogilvy was he gave me my first interview on Sleepers for Billionaires. I love that dude, man. So it's like, when I met him on set, he was just like a homie. Because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, when we see these people on TV, it's like, oh my God, they're on TV. But when you see them in person, it's like, it's just another person, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I saw him, I was like, yo, what's good? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Professor Ogilvy. He was like, Dorian. I was like, there it is. Okay. Now I know your name. Got it. So then, you know, his name is Dorian Wilson. So then we started chopping it up. And, you know, you're spending 8 to 15 hours on set with these guys. You're going to cross paths, especially on break time. Everybody's in the lunchroom. So, you know, you rub shoulders, you talk shit. You know, you get involved in different conversations with other people, because, you know, everybody there is just another day in the office for them. So you kind of fall into that mode, and it kind of brings your guards down to where you're nervous and don't want to talk to anybody. Now it's like you're comfortable. It's like you're in the break room. Right. You know what I mean? And then when I got into the conversation with him about my podcast, he was with it. He came through, and a funny story, right? We was filming the podcast. He came through. He drove like 45 minutes. Right? I had it set up, did the interview. Yeah, right. He did it and everything, right? I went to the crib. I put that chip in there. I was ready to go to editing. That shit was recorded in slow-mo. So I had just bought the camera. I didn't really know the settings. I was just so excited to have him there. So it was recorded in slow-mo. So I'm looking at the computer, dead ass about to cry, my eyes out, grown-ass man about to cry. You know what I mean? But, you know, I called him back, and I was like, yo, listen, this is what happened, you know, and I really want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to get this going, and yo, I'll even pay you to come here, man, whatever you got to do. And he was like, yo, don't even worry about it. It happens. He was so cool. He came back like 2 weeks later. He actually brought me 2 of his like blazer coats, like some fly blazers. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, for your next episode, you know, throw these on, you know what I'm saying, just to give you that fly image. Like, he didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, And when I saw that, I was like, God damn, son, like I see you as an A-list artist, and on the outside looking in, you know, you hear stories about A-list artists being assholes, but when I saw that, I was like, damn, like he's so genuine. I love that dude, man. So it was like, that's how I got the interview with him. But through that whole process, we got cool. Like we talked a little bit. I mean, the man let me hold his clothes. I brought it back to him on set. Like it was just that cool. You know what I mean? So, and then once I had the content out and people saw I interviewed him, the other shows just started rolling in because he was so credible in the game, and the fact that he was sitting next to me, it kind of gave me a step up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he got the interview. Okay, he may be the guy to interview with. So you basically wanted. So I'm basically trying to turn Sleepers for Billionaires. It's like to like a breakfast club in LA. Like you can't come to LA without sitting with me. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, man, I'll tell you this, man. I aspire one day to be qualified enough to sit at that chair next to you, Doc.
Bro, you already there. You're already there, bro. You're already there. Now it's up to the world to come find out about it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, my brother. Much appreciated, man. So I guess we'll open it up and see if anybody has any more questions, man, before we close it out. And then if you have anything that you want to plug, I will say before we get off of here, at the end of this, I do have if you want those books. So Jonni, bro, if you could actually send me the names of those books that you mentioned, that would be excellent. So I have those books available, just written down, and then I also have 10 networking tips that will be beneficial. So hit my DM. I'll be more than happy to share those with you, just based off of what we talked about today. But yeah, man. But any questions? What's up, Derby? Any questions that we have for Jonni before we get off of here? Great. And then in the meantime, bro, if you want to just plug anything or just give any last words.
Hey, man, listen, man. At the end of the day, just whatever you want to do, go hard, man. Like you got one life to live. Pick a direction you want to go and go as hard as you can, man. And if you reach a point in your life where you feel it's not working, either pivot and do something else or reinforce plan A and go harder, or because you may have missed a step along the way. And I noticed that a lot where I missed a few steps, so I had to double back to triple up, but I stood the course and reinforced plan A. You know what I'm saying? Well, however I diversified my attention, the goal is still to get here. So it's like, that's what I could pass off. And anything else you want to learn, make sure you tune in to Sleepers for Billionaires, the podcast. We got a lot of how-to tips up there to be an industry professional. You did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And bro, I love what you said, man. It's like you said, what'd you say about you said something about take 2 steps. What'd you say? You just said,
oh, take 2 steps back to triple up.
To triple up, right? There's another a good one of my good friends. He said that when you're getting ready to propel forward, he said sometimes life will be like a slingshot. It'll pull you all the back just to shoot you out, just even further. And I think a lot of people, they feel like when that's happening, that means that it's not working for them. But in reality, it is working. But you have to kind of reset and get yourself in the right position to be able to shoot off where you need to be, And I
love that. I love that, though. I never heard that, but that gives me so much more hope and faith to get to the goals. Because it's like at times when you feel like you're being pulled back or you're kind of headed backwards or things ain't working, it may discourage you. You know what I'm saying? It may bring forth negative thoughts that just turn you where you're not supposed to be going, you know what I'm saying? Or distract you from where you're supposed to be going, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? That opened my eyes a little bit, so that's what's up.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Well, man, if that's it, bro, I appreciate you taking the time. You know what I mean? I appreciate you moving things around. I know we worked through the technical difficulties and getting this thing going.
Right.
But bro, much love to you as always.
Likewise.
Anybody that's listening, tune in to Sleepers for Billionaires podcast. Follow Jonni Vegaz. He has a lot of amazing content. He's somebody that you definitely want to get to know who he is. And for those tips, those 10 networking tips, and for the books that he mentioned for acting and entertainment, reach out to me, DM me, and I'll be more than happy to share those with you as well. So if that's it, bro, that's it for me. And I know you got the live going, so we'll have to end it on your end.
So before we end off, I got a question. So when I turn this off, right, it's gonna give me an option to save the video. That's how this works.
It should. It should. It's either going to give you an option to save it or post it. So I don't know exactly how it works. But if worst come to worst, bro, I mean, we can just record something. You know what I mean? Like.
All right, well, we're gonna see once I click out this motherfucker. I'm gonna let you know what happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Either way, bro, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the people who were able to hear from you, man. And I just know that, you know, this won't be the last time. This won't be the last time.
Oh, not at all, man.
Oh,
Hey,
so Sean says you can download it. Sean says you can download it.
Okay. Once I get off, like once I click the X off or it says end, it'll give me that option, right? I just don't want it to go away because that would suck.
Yeah, man, this was really shaking and everything. But yeah, bro.
Yeah, we good?
Yes, sir.
All right, my brother. Thank you for everything today, and you know, let's be in touch, man. Make sure you look at those stock stuff I told you about.
Oh, bro, I'm on it. I'm on it, Doc. I'm on it.
All right, brother. All right, guys. See you.